Hey everybody, Dustin DePirek here, columnist Jeremy Price. We're talking IU Wisconsin. We're here at Assembly Hall. We're apparently going to get kicked out pretty soon because Wisconsin's going to come do a shoot around, and they probably won't want us to be here. But we're banking on the fact that it'll take them a while for them to figure out that we're even here. So
I hear they're physical even with the media.
yeah, that's possible. We might get Jared Bergen might just toss us down the bleachers. That might just happen. That's what they do. And now the thing is, if they were Wisconsin, if they were Madison, they'd get that call. They wouldn't even get called for a foul for that. So. Bad joke. Anyway, so basically tomorrow we're looking like about the biggest contrast of styles you're going to see at the Big Ten. Indiana plays the fastest right now, according to KenPom.com. I think they're number 41 in Division I in tempo. That's the fastest in the league. Wisconsin plays the second slowest in the league. The only team that plays slower is Nebraska, who is obviously trying very, very hard to make up for the fact that they don't have the athletes. Wisconsin just plays this way because that's what they do. All the time. They have been forever. I think they've been 318 or lower in tempos, meaning possessions per game. They've been 318 or lower in that every year since 2008. This is what they like to do, and it's not going to be easy. Basically, what can Indiana do to make this tempo go their way? Is there even a way to do it, especially considering how little Wisconsin turns the ball over?
I think there's a little bit you can do, but the biggest thing you can do is play defense, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not taking the ball out of the basket, it makes it a lot easier to get out in transition and run. Maybe get some long rebounds, get some running opportunities that way. And then the second thing that Indiana can maybe do is use a little bit of the press that we've seen some this year.
It's true.
And I think this is maybe part of the reason that was put in for just this kind of situation where you want to speed up the tempo of the game, try to get the other team playing faster. And especially with Wisconsin, their guard situation isn't what it's been the last couple of years. There's no Jordan Taylor out there.
No.
So it might be a little bit easier for Indiana to be successful in speeding up these guards and getting them to play at a pace faster than they're comfortable with.
Maybe, but that hasn't happened to date.
No.
Obviously, they've been playing with two new point guards this whole time. They are the best team in Division I in terms of turnover percentage. They only give it away on 14.2% of their possessions. That's the best there is. And it's not just limiting the possessions or just playing slow. It's like even if you take tempo out of it, they don't give it up. Plain and simple. It's 8.9 per game. Again, 14.2 for 100% for 100 possessions. So they're smart with the basketball, whether or not they have the same capabilities, whether or not they can move the ball and score the way Jordan Taylor could, or the way they could when they had Jordan Taylor. They don't give it up. They play smart. They play intelligent. They rely on their defense, and they rely on that senior backcourt or the senior front court, basically, with Evans and Brusewitz and Jared Bergen.
Well, one thing I think is interesting is you talked about the tempo issue, and the real key for Wisconsin is to play with efficiency. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of interesting because in Indiana and Wisconsin you have two contrasting styles, two contrasting tempos, but both teams rely on efficiency for their success. You're probably two of the more efficient teams you'll come across. I haven't looked at the stats exactly.
Yeah, they're up there. I mean, Wisconsin isn't as high offensively as they usually are. Again, because they don't have as much firepower as they used to have, and there is no Jordan Taylor. Usually you would see Wisconsin at the top of those stats. It's not as high anymore, but I think they're still top 50, top 60, somewhere in that vicinity, which isn't bad at all when you're considering, what all kind of goes into those kind of statistics. And defensively, they're number 15. I think. They're usually, last year I think they were number 1 or at least they were the top 5, top 10. This year they're number 15, and they are also very efficient. Just very efficient defensively, but they do play efficient offense. They get good shots. It takes them a while. They're very deliberate and they're very smart about it, but they usually get good shots and get what they want to do.
Yeah. So anyway, who's the the team that's most efficient is obviously going to be able to dictate a little bit of the pace with this game. And then I think the other big thing is the front line matchup.
Which is huge, is fascinating in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Zeller and Watford against Brusewitz and Bergeron.
Yeah, and even if you throw Evans and Oladipo in there, really all three, if you want to call Oladipo, in this case, the small forward, theoretically, and he is a guard by nature, but he is theoretically the three-man in Indiana's offense. And it becomes, Ryan Evans plays like a forward. Ryan Evans plays, is the second leading rebounder in the Big Ten, tied for second. What's that? Okay. We're getting kicked out. Thanks, guys.
See ya.